Run It Studios is the home of the Run Radio podcast and runradio.net, a podcast and station about the relentless, resilient, and innovative types, inspiring strides in life, business, and beyond. Welcome back to the Run Radio podcast. My name's Trina Wilcox, and my guest today is known as the Trademark Angel. Welcome, Anita Marr.
Oh, hello, Trina. Hello, everyone.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm excellent.
Good.
So happy to be here.
Well, you know a lot about trademarks. How did you become the Trademark Angel?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting story. I started Trademark Angel almost 8 years ago. And obviously, since we actually are in the business of registering trademarks, I had to come up with a unique name. And it did take me a while to come up with this name because all of the names I looked at, they were taken. So I guess it was pure luck that this particular name wasn't taken. And that's how it ended up being Trademark Angel because, yeah, there was no other angel in the trademark registration industry.
So how did you get interested and involved in trademarks altogether?
Yeah, so that was many years ago. I would say 25 years ago. Yeah, time flies.
Mm-hmm.
I actually lived in Israel at that time and I was looking for a job. And I saw an ad in a newspaper that an American attorney was looking for a trademark paralegal. And that ad caught my eye because I didn't know two words, trademark and paralegal. So I had to look those words up, not in a Google, I think in a dictionary. And I applied because it looked really exciting that it was something interesting to do. So it was by chance.
So did you have to become a paralegal?
Yeah, well, eventually I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
when I immigrated to Canada in 2004, yes, I finished a college to get a paralegal diploma. Yeah, but when I worked in Israel for that attorney, I guess I was just called paralegal. I think it
Okay.
was like, I think I was more like an assistant, really.
So you had an interest in some of that work to begin with.
Oh yeah, no, I found it very interesting. I had a degree in economics, but I couldn't really apply myself. I couldn't really find any jobs in economics.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was related, I would say, somehow.
So you find the job, you eventually become a paralegal. Then what kind of work are you doing?
Well, helping to register trademarks. It was
Uh-huh.
mostly like trademarks in the US we did. And then I immigrated to Canada in 2004, and I immediately found a job in a large law firm in Canada um, as a paralegal trainee. And I started going to college at the same time. And then I became a paralegal. And after that, I was allowed to become a trademark agent. So I did my exams in Canada, and I got the highest mark in Canada in the trademark agent qualifying exam in 2008. And after some years of working for a law firm, I realized that that's probably not what I want to do all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to open my own firm. Actually, it coincided with me going on a mat leave with my third baby. And because I was very scared I wouldn't succeed. So I thought, okay, I would give it a try while I am on a mat leave. If I'm not successful, I can always go back and pretend it didn't happen. And if I'm successful, I can just quit. And
Wonderful.
yeah.
So a lot of us have certainly heard the word trademark. We think we know what it means, but give us the official definition of what a trademark is, what they are.
It's actually trademark is the same as a brand name. So it's basically a name of your product or a name of your service, and it's a shortcut to get consumers where they want to go. It's how you call your product to help your customers to find your product without having to remember your company name. So it's easy. And it can be it can be like a word mark, it can be a tagline, like just do it. It can be a logo, or it can be even like smell or texture, but those are, quite rare, or like even a sound.
Sometimes we get all of those words combined that we think we know, like patents, copyrights, and trademarks. Can you kind of differentiate those for us?
Yes, so they're all part of IP, intellectual property, by they protect different aspects of intellectual property. Trademarks protect the name of your product, or the name of your service. And trademarks actually really cool because they last forever. As long as you renew them, they last forever, so protection doesn't expire. Patents protect an invention or an improvement to an existing invention, and patents do expire. And copyrights protect artistic or literary aspects, like, for example, songs or books or like photographs, music. So they're protected by copyright, and copyrights, they also expire. But the only intellectual property that doesn't expire are trademarks.
Okay. And you have to register a trademark. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, you can use your brand name without registration. Actually, trademark registration is not mandatory, but it's advisable. But yeah, if you don't register, you will just have common law rights. So they will be more difficult to enforce. But yeah, not everyone registers their trademarks.
So what are some of the benefits to register a trademark?
Yeah, so actually there are quite a few benefits. I think one of the benefits is that it's a valuable asset of your company. It can be licensed, it can be sold. If you ever sell your company assets, and usually when you sell your company, you sell company's assets. So the value of the company will be increased because the trademark will be valuable. And the more time goes by, the more valuable your trademark becomes. When your trademark is registered, there is a presumption that it's distinctive, valid, and owned by the registered owner. You don't have to prove those rights again. And if there is ever a dispute about a trademark, the burden of proof will lie on the party who challenges the trademark. So you don't have to prove your rights. What's actually cool about trademarks is that they work for you. So you don't have to do any work after you registered your trademark. Well, actually you do. I'm a little bit lying here. But you don't have to do any work in a way that the trademarks office will stop registration of a similar trademark if your trademark is registered. And if another company is looking to file a similar trademark, what they will do, they will check the trademarks office database and they will see your trademark there. So your trademark will work for you because it will be visible in the official database, and hopefully it will scare people away from adopting a similar name. But I was a little bit, I said you don't have to do anything. Actually, you do have to monitor the marketplace to make sure no one chose a similar name. So you do have to do some work.
Yeah.
Some other benefits is that, well, if you sell on Amazon or if you sell on any of the marketplaces, that's a prerequisite to have. So without a trademark, you pretty much cannot succeed on Amazon or like Shopify. So it makes it easier to enforce your rights if you have a registered trademark. Usually it's enough to send a cease and desist letter if you see that somebody is using your trademark. And you get exclusive rights to use your trademark name for your particular product. So no one else is allowed to use a similar trademark for your products or like related products.
Okay. So e-commerce entrepreneurs do need that trademark.
Yeah, it's highly advisable if you
Yeah.
sell on like Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, like Etsy, well, TikTok,
Yeah.
all those like Walmart. Yeah, all those platforms require that you have a trademark. Without a trademark, it's really difficult to succeed. And a trademark registration is the cheapest way to protect your brand, really. There is no cheaper way to protect. If you think about trademarks, they're like house insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about this analogy, like would you be upset if your house didn't burn down and you bought high insurance? Probably not.
Yeah.
But would you be upset if your house burned down and you didn't have insurance? Well, fire insurance. Let's be clear on that.
Right.
Yes, you would be really upset. So the same here. So would you be upset if your registered trademark was not infringed? If no one like started using your trademark? Yeah, you wouldn't be upset. You would be quite happy. But you would be really upset if somebody started using your trademark, well, the same trademark, and you didn't register your trademark, because then it would be very difficult for you to prove your rights. It would be difficult for you to prove that you actually own this trademark because it's not registered.
Okay. Well, let's say a business owner, they already have their domain, their company's been incorporated. Would they still need to worry about a trademark?
Yeah, so a domain name is not the same as a trademark. A domain name is simply an address for your website.
Okay.
Domain name simply shows you like where you need to go to find this particular website. And it's good when the domain is the same as the trademark. Actually, it's the best. It's best when that coincides with your trademark. But it's not the same, and just a domain name alone doesn't give you any trademark rights. The same with the company name. A company name is just the name of your company. When you register your company name, you don't automatically get trademark rights. It's good when the company name is the same as your trademark. I mean, for some people, but usually it doesn't matter. So it doesn't need to coincide with your company name, because the same company may have many different trademarks, actually. So you do need to register your trademark separately if you want to have, trademark protection.
At what stage should a business be thinking about registering a trademark, and how long does it take to register a trademark?
Yeah, so business owners should register a trademark as soon as possible and develop like a strategy to protect their trademarks. Unfortunately, many businesses adopt the wrong strategy of deciding to see how the business will go. They say, okay, I don't have money for trademark registration right now. I will wait to see how the business is going, and maybe in 1 year I'll do that. And we had too many scenarios where the same potential trademark owner, the same client came to us a year later, ready to file, and somebody already filed for his trademark. So somebody was first to file. And at that point, our client had a problem. He had a difficult choice whether to rebrand or to go after that first filer based on our client's earlier rights. And that means filing a trademark opposition, which is not always possible. If, for example, our client didn't have prior rights, then it would be impossible to stop the other company. And recently we had a scenario where our client developed a name, and the client was sitting on this name. They did all the marketing, they created materials, packaging, invested a lot of money into marketing. And they were ready to file, and they came to us, and we realized when we did the search that somebody filed for an identical trademark like a month ago, and that other company was already selling under that name. So somebody came up with the same name independently, or maybe the information leaked, I don't know.
Yeah.
So at that point, like our client, now they have to rebrand because they can't do anything. They were too late to file because they procrastinated. And they didn't file in time, and now they have to rebrand pretty much. It's a very difficult choice for them. So it's best to do this like as soon as you have realized that that's the name I like. That's how I would like my customers to find me. And as soon as you realize what exactly you're going to do, like in your business, like you have to have a business plan, you have to know what you're going to sell, if it's for products, or what you're going to offer if it's for services. So once you know that, it's time to file. I mean, it's best to file without delaying.
And is that a lengthy process?
Yeah, sorry?
Is it a lengthy process? How long does it take?
Yeah, actually, it can be a long process depending on the country. In the US, it takes 14 to 18 months. In Europe, it takes, 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months. In Canada, it takes closer to 3 years. But yeah, usually it takes like 1 to 2 years. So yes, it's quite a long process. But once you file, you get the serial number, you get the filing date. So you don't need to worry about, filing and beating you. So if you filed first, your trademark will be the first one to get approved.
Is there any reason a person would not want to file a trademark?
Yeah, there are some circumstances when a trademark should not be filed or it's too early to file. One of the circumstances is when you actually don't have a brand. So if you just resell some other, products and you don't actually have a name, you just resell them under some generic name, there is nothing to file for, so you don't have a trademark. When your trademark is not unique, so let's say you sell cell phone and accessories, and you call your trademark, your brand, like coolest cell phones or coolest accessories, it's too generic, it's not unique enough, so it will not be registrable. So in this case, it's not a good idea to file. And lastly, when you don't really know what exactly you're going to do in your business, it's too early to file. So if you don't know what you're going to sell, if you don't know what products you're going to sell, it's too early to file. Because you file a trademark for specific products and specific services. So without that, we cannot file. We can't just submit a generic, like an umbrella trademark for everything.
Yeah. So, okay, let's say a business goes ahead and they trademark their product name. No one else can use it then, can they?
Yes and no. Yes, that no one else can. Yeah, so there are two distinctions. No one else can use it and no one else can register. There are actually two differences here. Anyone can use like whatever they want. The question is what will happen to them if you find out and decide to sue them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no one will be able to register a similar trademark for similar products. So trademark use and trademark registration are different. If somebody started using a similar trademark and if your trademark is registered, usually it's enough to send a cease and desist letter to that other company saying that, well, hey, you're using a trademark that's too similar to mine and my trademark is registered, so you have to rebrand and I'm giving you, I don't know, 1 month to do that. If you don't do that, I will sue you and you have to sue if they don't comply. If somebody decided to file a similar trademark, then it will be refused because the trademarks office will hopefully refuse it. But if you do nothing, nothing will happen. You have to enforce your trademark. And another scenario, so let's say you registered a trademark for accounting services, and you found a company that has an identical name, but they sell muffins. You wouldn't be able to do much because the industries are too different. So you're an accountant and they sell muffins. So the industries do not overlap. So in this case, you wouldn't be able to tell them to stop because the products, the services are completely different. So you only own your trademark for the particular products or services that you filed for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, are there any tips to selecting a really good trademark?
Yes, that's actually an exercise that may take a few weeks or even months because there
Oh,
are so many trademarks that have been filed now. It's very difficult because you have to, first of all, the name has to sound well, like from the marketing perspective. But on the other hand, it has to be registrable. And so this is where like marketing and legal perspective, they collide. And so there is a little bit of like what's good from the marketing perspective is not registrable and vice versa. So let's say you sell vitamins that help with keto diet, and you want to call your supplements like keto wellness or like keto slim, and such trademark is very weak because keto is descriptive of the keto diet, and the other word is also descriptive. So the trademark is very, very weak, and it's not unique enough. It's best to pick a trademark that consists of created words, invented words, words from a foreign language, for example. And I always recommend to pick a name that consists of 2 words because 1 word trademarks are extremely difficult to register. In the US, in our experience, anything shorter than 6 letters is not registrable. But if the trademark consists of 2 words, then one of the words can be descriptive, like for example, trademark angel. So trademark is descriptive of the industry, and the other word should be unique, or it should be like invented or fanciful, like angel. So yes, we're not real angels because we don't live in the sky. So it's a word that exists, but it doesn't directly describe us. So that's an example of a good trademark. Obviously, some other good examples like Kodak, Lululemon. So they're all great names because those words were invented. So that's the best thing you can do. You can create your own word that doesn't exist, and that will be the best thing for your trademark.
okay.
Or you can be safe. You can pick one word that's descriptive of your industry, and then pick another word that's either completely created or that's a dictionary word but doesn't directly describe your industry. Like for example, with that keto example, like you can call your trademark like Red Moon Keto or like Fabulicious Keto for supplements. So keto hints that it's about keto diet, but the other word is created.
Does it only have to be words? Can you use symbols or pictures or anything like that within your trademark?
Yeah, you can add logos. That's not as good as adding another word. You can add symbols. Well, symbols, I assume you mean logos, just maybe like small logos. Or you can create a trademark that consists of words and symbols and logos. So it can be a combined trademark that consists of a word and the logo together.
So you'd have to get two then. You'd have to trademark your words and then you would have to trademark your words and symbols?
That's ideally what should happen, because then you can use both trademarks independently. But let's say if your trademark is weak and there are some similar trademarks and you want to differentiate somehow, in this case, it's a good idea to file for combined trademark. So it will be just one filing.
If you have your trademarking, you're registered, and you've got it, say, in the UK, you also sell in the US, can you use that symbol in the US?
And no, in the US, you should only use R in a circle symbol, registered trademark symbol, if your trademark is registered in the US, not in other countries. If it's not registered, it's best to put TM in superscript. So that means your trademark is filed, or it means that you use this particular brand as a trademark. So you use this particular name as a trademark, so as a source identifier.
All right. What happens if you quit using it?
Well, if you quit using your trademark, you may lose trademark rights. Yeah, one day you may, actually your trademark may be canceled on the basis of non-use.
Okay.
And in some countries, even the trademarks office may cancel your trademark. Like in the US, for example, if your trademark is not in use 6 years after registration, it will be just canceled automatically because you will fail to file mandatory maintenance documents.
Okay. It sounds like a lot of work. So what is the best way for someone to get their trademark filed?
Well, the best way is to do proper research. So you have to check, first of all, you have to check on Google.
Okay.
Just put your trademark in Google and scroll through the first, 5-7 pages, checking what came up. If you see that somebody is using a similar trademark, even if it's not filed, stay away, because it means, potentially it's a problem. Then I would recommend checking the domain name. If it's available, get it immediately. It's cheap, it doesn't cost you anything. And it will prevent, huge disappointment if somebody later took that domain name and everything else was ready. Also, I would go on name check. So it's name and then chk.com and put your trademark name there and check social media handles. Get social media like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, get those names immediately. And then you can check the trademarks office database. So you can come to us and we'll do the search for you.
All right.
And then you should file.
Okay. And why should people go with Trademark Angel for registering?
Yeah, so we offer flat fees, like what you will pay from the start. We offer free initial search and we offer free consultation. So there is no obligation to buy. If the trademark is not registrable, we'll tell you right away. And we offer some guarantees without trademark packages. So if your trademark doesn't register, you don't lose the money you paid us. And I think one of the coolest reasons is because you get 10% discount if they come from you.
All right. We'll tell people how they can link over and learn more from you and use that discount.
Yeah, that would be great. And there is no obligation. So we'll be happy to talk to any of your listeners and seeing if we can help them.
All right. And your website?
Yeah, it's trademarkangel.com.
All right. Thank you so much for enlightening us about trademarks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Trina.
You can link over to whichever platform you prefer to watch or listen anytime from runradio.net.